Welcome to another Top 10. This time, I'll be counting down my favourite games for the Sega Master System. There were some fantastic games released for Sega's 8-bit system, from platform adventures to impressive home conversions of classic arcade games. So let's begin with number 10. At number 10, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. This was Sonic's first outing on the Master System, and it's definitely one of my favourite platform games for the console. Many aspects of this version were simplified, but it's an impressive adaptation of the Mega Drive original. At number 9, I've chosen Master of Darkness, a game that looks and plays in a similar way to Konami's Castlevania. Released in 1992, Master of Darkness was an ambitious game for the console, featuring some amazing graphics, fantastic level design, and a fitting soundtrack. Unfortunately, the game was overlooked as it was released late in the system's life, and at a time when the Sega Mega Drive was already well established. It's a really great game, and one I'd definitely recommend checking out if you haven't already. At number 8, I've gone with Alex Kidd in Miracle World, which was originally released in 1986. Many of us would have been introduced to this platform game when it was included as the built-in game for the Sega Master System 2. This decision by Sega was probably one of the main reasons the game became one of the most iconic releases for the system. There are some negatives, such as the lack of traditional boss fights, replacing them with the often irritating games of rock, paper, scissors. If you can look past its minor flaws, Alex Kidd in Miracle World is a great platformer and in my opinion will always be a classic. At number 7, it's Double Dragon, a fantastic port of the classic arcade beat-em-up. This was the second home version of the game I played, as I started off with the Spectrum version, and for those of you that know how bad that version is, the Master System port was like a dream. Cutbacks have obviously been made, but the game does retain the simultaneous 2-player mode, and each stage follows the arcade version fairly accurately. It was my favourite home port of the game until the Mega Drive version came out, and it's one of the best arcade-to-home conversions for the Sega Master System. I'd already poured a lot of time into the Mega Drive version of Castle of Illusion before playing the Master System game, and I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good. I was pleasantly surprised when I started playing, as the game has superb controls and looks amazing for an 8-bit game. All of the charm and character of the Mega Drive version is intact, and it's an absolute joy to play through even now. There were some fantastic Disney games released around this time, and this is definitely one of the best. At number 5, we have an outstanding port of Taito's 1986 arcade game, BOBBLE. Released on Sega's Mark III in 1988 and on the Master System in 1992, this port is incredibly close to the arcade version, with superb graphics, faithful level design, and that signature soundtrack. It's an all-time classic arcade game that was converted with great care and attention to Sega's 8-bit console. R-Type is my choice for number 4, and this was an amazing port of Irem's classic arcade shoot-'em-up. The game managed to capture the look and feel of the coin-op original, which at the time was a very impressive achievement for the system. Most of the elements remain intact, and it's just as challenging as you would expect. As far as Master System arcade ports go, this is definitely one of the best. At number 3, I've gone with Shinobi, which is another fantastic arcade port. Released in 1988, the game did undergo a few changes due to technical limitations, but Sega did a great job with this conversion. The graphics look great, the music is superb, and the addition of a life bar made this version of Shinobi a little more forgiving than the arcade original. My choice for number 2 is Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap, which was released in 1989. This incredible adventure puts you in control of Wonder Boy as he attempts to lift a curse. On your journey, you will transform into various animals, each with their own abilities which open up more of the world as you progress. This was a very ambitious game for its time, and it featured some amazing graphics, an immersive story, and a huge world to explore. My number 1 Master System game is the classic beat-em-up Renegade. Now I know this is not the most obvious choice, but I just get drawn back to this game again and again. The way it was adapted from the arcade original was perfect for Sega's 8-bit machine, giving the game a more cartoon look and feel and working within the system's limitations. In my opinion, this is how you port an arcade game to less powerful hardware. The gameplay is smooth, with decent hit detection and enough on-screen enemies to challenge you, but not make the game unfair. If I could recommend one arcade port for the Sega Master System, it would definitely be this version of Renegade. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below and subscribe to the channel for future content.